Hey everyone, this is your girl Libra Butterfly coming to you on this great Tuesday. I am from the great state of Kentucky, where the women are beautiful and the horses are fast. The horses are beautiful and the women are fast. It just really depends on what you like. I want to shout out my new subbies. Thank you. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Thank you. Thank you so much for coming over and becoming a part of the Butterfly Queendom. We want to love on you. We want to embrace you. We're hoping that there would be something said that would be something you need. And I didn't put up a calendar today. Usually I do a morning greeting with the day, and I pull some of the subbies and make them butterflies of the day. I've actually been on a self-care sabbatical, um, since my birthday. My birthday was September the 29th. Yes. So I am still taking birthday gifts because one of the gifts that was for me was a uh, night stay at a hotel. And so that's what I did last night. I stayed at a hotel. So it was odd, but it was necessary, but I got no sleep. I got no sleep. So when I came home today, I slept, as much as I could. It was weird. But anyway, I just enjoyed the time away because sometimes we need to take time away from the norm to make sure that we actually are mentally sound, emotionally sound, and of course, physically sound, right? So, okay, so also one of the things that happen when you still away by yourself, um, things become more clearer if you allow it to. It becomes more clear. So I'm sitting here today, and we're going to do a couple of series. Okay, the first series we're going to start with today, and I'm not going to be here long, but the first series is, you all seen the title, Has Your Child Been Touched Inappropriately, right? And I want to get into that because I actually have a speaking engagement this Saturday coming up. I actually have two Saturday, but this Saturday coming up, and one of them is two young girls or young people. I think it's just girls though, from the age of like 18 to 16 to 26. You know, they're not going to turn anybody else away. If you want to come, you can come because some older women need this as well. And I was asked to be on a panel and, you know, say a word to encourage them, talk about something that I've been through, if I don't mind, to help bring this generation, you know, um, into alignment. And I said, sure, I sure will. And I was honored just to be asked. So let me start here. Again, I am Libra Butterfly, and you can call me Coco. That's what my whole family, friends, people at workplace, everything. I am COCO, Coco. Okay. I used to be Coco 929 on here, right? So I don't want you to get me mixed up with any other Coco. I'm the original. So let me give you something to look at. A lot of times, okay, let me do it like this. I'm going to pull something up and I'm going to explain something. Hold on. Hold on. I think this was the book. Once I see it, I can tell you if this was, I think this was the book. Okay, I'm going to show y'all this book. I have no affiliation with this book, but I'm going to tell you about what I'm about to tell you is a result around this book. This is what started it. Let's see. Let's see. Okay. And present screen. I wish I had two monitors. There we go. Okay, let's get back to the yard. My milkshake brings little boys to the yard. Okay, y'all see that book? That's by Iyanla Vanzant. Iyanla Vanzant. Okay. That book was bought for me as a gift one year. Um, as I began to read that book, let me see if I can't highlight it right there. Okay, stop share. Okay. As I began to read that book, it was something in there that got my attention. And it made me go to my oldest child and I asked her, have you ever been touched? And subbies that's not used to me, you will know that I'm straight up no chaser. I'm straight up no chaser because I feel like we as a society, especially Foundation Black American Society, has been sugar coated, lied to, and everything. And I feel like now is the time for us to get to the nudie, to the groody, to the Rudy. Okay. So I don't have time to be sugarcoating nothing. I'm just straight up no chaser. You either like me or you don't. And I tell everybody that there's no in between. You either like me or you don't, you know. So, but I have to be true. Okay. So some of the stuff I may say is going to sound so raw, but I feel like I just have to be who I am. Okay. So let me give you this disclaimer now. Uh, okay. So I'm sorry. My mom just texted me. Okay. So let's undress this. So I asked my daughter, I said, have you been touched? And her immediate response to me gave me pause because she looked at me and then she said, no, ma'am, just like that. I said, are you sure? She said, yes, ma'am. So that was it, right? But y'all, something in me, because I am a survivor of molestation and rape, and incest. So something in me was like, now, kid, now, kid, uh-uh. And I didn't want to push her to where she shut all the way down. So I was like, I'm going to revisit this, right? And I think she was 12 years old. Okay, 12 years old. So one day we were at church. That's why I keep telling y'all. I know some of y'all, let me take a sidebar. Some of y'all don't like real church. What I mean by that is where the pastor gets all up in your business, the mother board get all up in your business, you know. But again, Bible is basic instructions before leaving earth. They're supposed to correct you. They're supposed to correct me. The Bible's right even when we're wrong. You understand what I'm saying? It doesn't matter how you feel. It's not about feelings. It's about tell me the truth so I can make it into heaven. Because a lot of y'all that do some of this stuff that lives loosey goosey, you think it's gonna make you gonna allow you to make it in, and it's not. And you ain't gonna be on my watch. And I try to go in and the men upstairs be like, I got somewhat against you. You didn't tell them the truth, so you can't even come in. Nah, I'm gonna tell you the truth. You can get mad at me, talk about me, dog me, whatever you want to do. That's fine, as long as God don't turn his back on me. I'm cool with it. So you'll always get the truth over here, whether you like it or not. You can always fast forward past to see how that works. Okay, so let me get back to my story. Um, so anyway, we was at church one night, me, my deceased husband, and my children. And service was so good, it was so high. Um, so I seen my uncle, who was the pastor at the time. He went towards the back where the office and bathroom and water is and everything. And I see my daughter, she went to the bathroom, you know. So when he came over to us and said, before y'all leave today, I need to talk to y'all. And so my mom was there too. She was like, is everything okay? He said, I'll tell y'all after church. So we was getting dismissed anyway. So we was like, okay, you know, because their uncle was more like my daddy than anything, right? So church let out. He allowed everybody to leave. And it was just the ones I named and my mama and pastor, right? And so he said, before this person say what they gotta say, I need y'all not to get in your flesh and do what I know y'all can do. So my husband's like, wait a minute, I don't like it. He's like, I understand. He said, but this needs to be said and the person's ready to say it. So he got quiet. He said, the floor is yours. He never said my daughter's name. He just said, the floor is yours. My oldest child, remember I told you I asked her, right? My oldest child, she was standing right there. She said, Mama, you know, when you asked me, had I been touched? And I said, yeah. And she said, I said, no. I said, yeah. She said, well, I have. My husband said, what the hell? This was in church, right? And he was like, excuse me. He said, huh? Who? He, like, we all was reacting, you know. I mean, I'm like, huh? Because y'all, you have to know what type of parent I was. And I say was because all my kids is grown now. The type of parent I was, I never let my kids spend the night over anybody's house unless I knew you, your mama, and you was kin. Your mama couldn't have no living boyfriends. They couldn't drink or smoke or whatever. That's how strict I was with my children. Everybody knew that. You know, they knew that no, not that mama. She don't play it. You know, and so to hear that the child that I know I raised correctly, that I've watched, that I would die for, that I would kill somebody over, to see that somebody snuck in out of the ones I trusted. I ain't talking about little trust. I'm talking about trusted, and did something to my daughter. Y'all, the feeling I had, because I told y'all I'm a survivor of molestation, of rape, of incest, of abuse, right? So that made me more alert on what to look for. So, can you imagine how I felt? I felt I let my daughter down. I felt I let her down, you know. Um, and when she told me who it was, ooh, I'm trying not to cry now, but when she told me who it was, my husband, the pastor had to grip my husband, God rest his soul, had to grip him from just running up out at church, going and getting this dude, right? And I'm sitting there and I'm hugging her and I'm like, I, I don't know. It was so much emotions, y'all. My mama was crying. She was crying. My daughter was crying. I had tears in my eyes. My husband was crying, trying to fight to get out the door. I mean, y'all, it was chaos. It was chaos and mayhem, right? So we finally got my husband cool. And he came over and he started hugging her and me and like, I'm gonna take care of it. I'm gonna take care of it. I'm gonna take care of it. Like y'all, y'all. So we had several conversations after that about when, where, who, you know, how, because I really, 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 I didn't see how this was possible, but I trusted my child. It wasn't a thing to where, like, girl, I don't believe you. I don't believe you. No, it was like, yeah, I believe you. When was it? Uh-huh. And who else? You know, because you gotta know your kid. And I knew something had been off about her, but I put it to when she's a preteen, and I know when the girl's a preteen, she had all these emotions, And but when I read that book and said God does everything well, he allowed me to pick that book up and read. And when I got to the second chapter, that's what I'm like, wait a minute. I just shut the book and I asked my child, have you ever been? It just, so, so let me tell you, I ain't gonna give no names because some people that know me know the situation and know the person. And I don't want to cause their kids, because one of their kids is my god kid. See how close that is. So let me tell you, it was my god brother. Hear what I'm saying? My god brother. His mother is my godmother. They have raised me with my mama since I was a baby. Do you hear me? I'm 52. They was instrumental in helping my mama raise me. That has always been my brother, my god brother, and he's always been there for me. Uh, Anytime I needed anything, he'd be like, "Come and get this money, girl. Go and do what you got to do. Buy them kids Christmas or whatever. Whatever I needed, whatever I needed." I would go to sleep over there over my godmama's house. Didn't have to worry about nothing. Uh, I was over there every day, y'all, just about every day. If 7 days out of the week, I was over about 5 days. As an adult, I was over 4 days. Cause she would cook. I would go over, I could eat. My kids could run around. You know, it was crazy to find out that right up under my nose, my god brother has touched my daughter. And his girlfriend watched. Oh yeah, his girlfriend watched. Thought it was funny. I can't find her. I can't find her. And he's dead. He's dead. Something happened to him. He had moved, he had relocated to a whole nother state and went into a coma and never came out. When my daughter was telling me, we found out that he was in a coma in a whole nother state. And he died in the coma. My child has had to fight to not let this control her. The gene that you have where you have empathy for people, she doesn't have that. She doesn't have that. Like if you can tell her, I don't feel like I should. No, I don't feel like it right now because I just feel kind of bad. You can just say, I'm just having a bad day. She'll tell you, man, suck it up and come on. She don't have that. Oh, for real, but what's wrong? She's like, man, whatever, suck it up and come on. That's her, and I'm praying for that. She's grown now. She's a great mother. Um, she's a great businesswoman because she's the head of a organization, and plus she works 2 jobs. She don't have to, but she like she said, I don't want to have to ask nobody for nothing. So as long as I can work 2 jobs, I'm gonna do it. And she's got one kid, and that kid is beautiful. That kid will be 16 in a couple of days, and yeah, I mean, very intelligent, beautiful girl. She's just hard. That part of her is just hard. She don't have no, because I guess she feels like she had to go through that, and for a whole lot, for a while before she told me or anybody, she kept it, and she don't have that gene. She just don't, and I'm praying about that because she's gonna need that. You have a teenager, and your teenager may not be as strong as you are with certain things. So you can't tell her, "I'll buck," get it together. So that's where I'm at with it. So let me give you a sign that I noticed, okay? And even if you don't have no kids, if you have nieces, nephews, or if you're close to some neighborhood kids, watch their demeanor, watch their mentality. Now, one of the signs is an outgoing child retracts in. Where they always smell, no, 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 no. All of a sudden, they start being withdrawn by themselves a lot. And you're like, what's wrong? Oh, nothing. They like change. It becomes night and day. And it becomes different so quick, you don't pay no attention to it. You're like, wait a minute, what happened? They become more, it's like they become more standoffish when it comes to parents. Where they will once maybe sit up under you, y'all cook, y'all dance together, just have a good relationship. You be like, oh, you don't want to help me cook? No, ma'am. They just don't want to be around you. They just, because part of them blame you because they feel like you should know. They feel like you should know. Um, Another thing is some girls begin to act out. They go from being straight A students or AB students to not caring about grades, period. Period. You're like, you gonna fail. They're like, okay. It just doesn't mean anything anymore. They don't dream anymore. Where they used to say, I want to be a doctor, I want to be a cheerleader, I want to be an artist. Now they're like, you're like, you still want to be an artist? No. What you want to do? What you mean you don't know? I don't know. A big sign is when family members or friends come over or you go around and they stand real close to you, up under you, and you like go over and give cousin Boo Boo, Uncle Watermelon, Ain't Da Baby a hug, and they look at you real funny, and the people like, come on, baby, come on, get. Watch that. Watch that. It's a reason. It's a reason. Always question. Always question. I don't care if they get mad and, Dad, why you keep asking me that? Always question until you feel comfortable in your spirit that you got the correct answer. If you think something's going on 9 times out of 10, it probably has. It probably has. Keep an open dialogue with your kids. Let them know that they can come to you no matter what and no matter who. Teach them right or wrong about the truth and the lie. Because some kids do lie, especially if they don't like the other side, they'll lie. So you have to teach them the truth about lying, the consequences of lying, and the consequences of telling the truth. If you are telling me the truth, I'll fight tooth and nail against whoever with you and for you. So just be on the lookout. Be on the lookout. I know a lot of people say, well, I don't invade my child's uh, part of the house. I don't invade my child's room. I don't invade my child's sex, secret set. Ain't no secrets around here when I'm paying the bills. Ain't none. I don't care nothing about where you sleep, okay? That's where you sleep. Until you two are paying a bill, it's still my domain. And I think that's what a lot of things is. You can find a lot of things out if you go in these kids' rooms. Check, and now everybody got a phone. Check their phone. You can find out a lot of stuff. And I'm telling y'all, stop forcing y'all children to be all up under these uncles. Y'all, seriously. Don't do that. And then some of y'all can just meet a man and be dating him for 2 weeks. And that's I'm giving you that much time. But 2 weeks and y'all go off and leave y'all kids with these men. No. Let's not and say we did. Uh-uh. Wrong. You know how quick somebody can violate somebody? Just that quick. So that's that's the first thing I wanted to talk to you about. Give you some things to look at, even when it comes to little boys, because now they want boys more than they do girls. Let boys know that it's not okay for somebody to take his virginity. It's not okay for somebody to be putting their mouth on his little tinkle winker. It's just not, unless he's in the compounds of marriage. But as he's a kid, should nobody be down there messing with him anyway, or his booty hole? We got to, these kids know too much. It's so much out there now. Even from my kids when they were young, it's so much out here now. You got to be straight up with these kids. You can't beat around the bush, because if you don't tell them, somebody else going to expose them to it. Because don't everybody care about your kids. You have to be their first line of defense. And we'll always get it. If you miss it, correct it. So I wanted to say that. And yeah, yes, it's important. It's really, really, really important to make sure that the kid knows you there. You're there for them. And I'll be back on to tell y'all something else, not today, but we are going to deal with this generation of sexual abuse, rape, this generational curse. Next time when I come on, I'm going to give you a biblical aspect of it to look at. And so I hope this helps someone. I hope you understand where I'm coming from today, because it's all about helping and healing, right? And I want you to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. If you know anybody else that would love this type of commentary. Oh, by the way, I am a counselor. Okay, so I do have my doctorate degree in that. I don't want you to think I'm just flying by the seat of my pants. I just like to come down to earth, or to brass tactics, or brass knuckles, or brass facts, to where everybody understands what I'm talking about. I could use a lot of big words, but for what? To impress who? Because you still need to know what I'm talking about. So, yes. And just know that it will get better. It will get better. Remember, no matter what the test, always do your best. Put God first in everything you do. And this is Believer Butterfly, coming to you from the great state of Kentucky. I love you. Smooches.